detailed information and from our usage data, we know that Windows 7 is making a difference in how businesses and how consumers are working, how they're communicating, and really using the software to innovate. Some examples: 86% of Windows 7 users are using Taskbar Preview to easily preview files, which often includes websites and videos. 71% of users pin their apps and files to the taskbar so that they can easily access them when they need them. 62% of users use Snap to organize their desktop environment around how they work, how they communicate, or how they consume entertainment. Customers on Windows 7, like the Ford Motor Company, Royal Caribbean, Feeding America, the Italian Ministry of Defense, and so many others, include many in education and nonprofit, are using a Windows 7 infrastructure to do both the ordinary and the extraordinary, to grow their businesses, to innovate, and to educate the next generation. So together, we're now 20 months into this Windows 7 journey, and the adoption is the highest of any OS in history. I'd like to share with you a few more examples of what this means to some of our customers and how you're making this come to life. Here's one. When the economy turned down in 2008, the city of Miami had to come up with ways to trim expenses so that they could keep providing essential services to the residents of the city. They decided that one of the ways they could do this was to drive efficiency in their desktop experience for the city's almost 4,000 employees. The whole idea and the goal was to help employees do their jobs with less effort and in less time, which would reduce operating expenses, including energy consumption. What they found in 2009, when they began migrating their client-based computing infrastructure to Windows 7, is that they saved in power alone $90 per PC per year for each of their 2,500 PCs, money they could then put right back into helping the citizens. Another great example is San Diego Unified School District, who just this year brought online 33,000 Windows 7 netbooks for students and nearly 2,000 tablet PCs for teachers. Over the next several years, the school district plans to deploy Windows 7 Enterprise across the entire school district. That'll be 140,000 PCs. The district, so far, is confident that Windows 7 will directly tie to better learning for its students and better experiences for the teachers. We are very pleased that Windows 7 is supporting the important mission of preparing the next generation of leaders and innovators. So these types of success stories and so many others would not have been possible without your engagement. In fact, what we're finding is half of our business customers are working with partners as they deploy Windows 7. One example, in the case of the San Diego Unified School District, which I just talked about, it was Microsoft certified partner Ari Jones who created a gold image with Windows 7, Office 2010, and critical education applications for this customer. Ari Jones has been a leader in providing educational technologies for over 40 years, really focused on the education space across the US. And one thing that I found terrific is that since the launch of Windows 7, Ari Jones has already migrated 90% of their customers to Windows 7. So thank you. There are so many great examples of the work you're doing to embrace Windows 7 for your customers. Yet, we really are only getting started. Today, as we look across the business community, 2/3 of business PCs, 2/3 are still on Windows XP. Moving these users to Windows 7, it's important and it's urgent work for us to get after together. And as we talk to our customers and talk to you, we see there are 4 key underlying motivators for businesses to make the move now. First, and it should be first, it's the value. The ROI that Windows 7 brings to IT pros, to end users, and to the business holistically is proven. Whether it's driving down costs, having a more secure mobile work experience, or increasing the efficiency and productivity for the end user. The Windows 7 ROI, it's been tangible, and it's been immediate in most cases for customers. Second, XP, end of life, is not that far off. 1,000 days to be exact. What end of life means is that ongoing standard support and software maintenance will not be a part of the Windows XP experience, and that can introduce material risk to a business. Together, we must help our customers migrate more than 300 million desktops to a modern experience. You most certainly will play a critical role. And in fact, numerically, we believe that well over $40 billion of services will be purchased by customers over the next several years as part of this move. Third is the cloud. Windows 7 is the best foundation for the cloud and for consuming cloud services. For so many of you and your customers that are betting on this strategy for competitiveness into the future, a modern desktop is an important step. Earlier this year, we released a new cloud service for PC management and more, and that's Windows Intune. Today, we are announcing the beta for the next release of Windows Intune. The beta includes new features that you and customers have been asking for, including software distribution and remote management of critical tasks. As of today, the public beta of our next release of Windows Intune is available out on TechNet. Please check it out. Thank you. And finally, Windows 7 is the path to the future. This leads me to the second topic that I wanted to take some time on today. How are we thinking about Windows 8, and what does this mean for you, and what does this mean for your customers? We are, of course, still in the midst of the development process for Windows 8. The two updates we have provided on Windows 8 so far have been focused. They've been focused on readying our hardware ecosystem to deliver Windows 8 devices. And with our most recent update in early June that Steve referenced, we also provided partners and customers a first glance at the new Windows 8 UI. The next update we will do on Windows 8 will come at our Build event this September in Anaheim. So at the heart of our ability to deliver Windows 8 is the flexibility that Windows has consistently shown. For 20 years now, Windows has defined the computing landscape for well over 1 billion customers around the world. It has continuously adapted to an always changing technology landscape, and it's this ability to adapt over time is what ensures Windows will continue to be highly relevant in the future. So the technology landscape of today, well, it includes immersive internet computing, touchscreens for sure, and ultra-portable devices more and more. The rapid evolution of technology in these last several years has really brought so much incredible change to so many aspects of our lives, and the web is driving much of this. The web is driving changes in the way we work, certainly the way we play, and the way we connect with others. You can connect to the cloud to share data instantaneously and securely with virtually anyone in the world, use natural user interface to interact with information in new and intuitive ways, develop rich applications that deliver these immersive end-user experiences, and of course, the kinds of devices that people are using today to connect to the web are different too. They are lighter, they're thinner, they resume from sleep immediately. Some of them have batteries that can last for weeks at a time. Developers and partners want to be able to build apps that take advantage of the changes in the way that people interact with the applications and run on these devices. All of these trends that I've just talked about helped inform the development of Windows 8. So earlier this year, we provided a technical preview of Windows 8. It was for our hardware ecosystem, and it was the first time that we talked publicly about the next version of Windows. There, we announced that Windows 8 supports a new kind of hardware, system on a chip or SoC architectures, that will power the next generation of devices. We specifically demonstrated Windows running on systems from NVIDIA, from Qualcomm, and Texas Instruments, and they were all based on ARM architecture. And we also demonstrated Windows 8 on low-power SoC Intel and AMD systems, also showing the great innovation coming on x86 in the device space. This was a technical preview. It was still fairly early in the cycle. You saw motherboards and development systems, yet much progress had been made. The demonstration that we did itself highlighted the work we had done on the architecture to enable the richness of Windows to run natively on the ARM platform. There we showed support across a full range of scenarios like hardware-accelerated web browsing on IE, device support, and other features customers have come to expect, including Office apps. Then building on this technical preview, on June 1st in California, we unveiled the Windows UI for the first time. And on June 2nd in Taipei, we held another partner preview where we again demonstrated the UI and then provided our hardware ecosystem the latest update on Windows 8 systems across ARM, Intel, and AMD. As Steve noted, Windows 8 is a true reimagining of Windows, from the chip to the interface. And our demonstrations in June showed just some of the ways that we've reimagined the user interface for a new generation of touch-centric hardware. We designed Windows 8 from the ground up to be excellent for touch-only tablets and to work well with a keyboard and mouse. So over the last month, many of you have reached out to us to express your interest in knowing more about what we announced and how it might impact you. Let me take a moment now to give a quick visual tour through what we previewed in June. What you'll be seeing on the screen is a video that we made available on the web for everyone to get a sense for the Windows 8 experience. The video is posted after Julie Larson-Green's demo at the All Things D conference in June. The first thing you're going to see is the start screen. The start screen is a personal mosaic of tiles, and every app on your system is represented as a tile. Tiles are better than icons because each of the apps has a little more space to show a bit of its personality. The tiles are live. For example, the weather app can show you the current weather without you opening the app itself. You can arrange, you can group, and name them however you like. It puts you at the center and makes the experience personal. Apps are certainly an important part of the Windows 8 plan. And when Windows 8 ships, developers will already know how to build great apps. The Windows 8 UI is chromeless, and it's clean, and apps can take up the entire screen. Every single pixel on the screen is there to represent your information. As an app comes to life, Windows quickly fades to the background. The apps are beautiful. They're designed for touch and work well with the mouse and keyboard too. One of the great things about a PC is that you can multitask and work on two things at once. Snap allows you to easily view two apps at once. So with one simple gesture, you can snap one app next to another. You can choose to change which app is big and which one is small. And because we've designed Windows 8 to be fast, to be fluid, you can easily get to apps and then move between the apps. The Edge UI you're seeing allows you to just take your finger and swipe from the side to move through your running list of apps. Controls are also easy to get to, and then they quickly get out of your way. Seeing now one of the most important apps is the browser. IE 10 and Windows 8 will deliver fully touch-optimized browsing with all the power of hardware acceleration. And although this new user interface is designed and optimized for touch, it works equally well with the mouse and keyboard. Seeing now, we've even designed a new ergonomic keyboard that puts all of the keys right under your thumbs.